You'd think by the end of the year an episode, Carlos, what number?
32.
Hey,
You think by then we wouldn't have got it working, but anyway. We'll get there by end of next year. By end of next year, we'll have this recording thing down pat. We won't keep booting ourselves out of the meeting. We'll remember to hit record. Be so good.
Hello and welcome to episode 32 of the Offsite Podcast, where we chat all things construction and technology. He's Carlos Carvalho and he's Jason Mancini. How are you doing today, boys?
Oh, very good. Well
Pretty
done.
good. Are you not going to introduce yourself?
My name is Olu Samson and I'm the producer of the Offsite Podcast.
Woohoo.
There we go. There's
I
the
wish I had a
money line.
button where there was like a massive fanfare, like play that in the background.
So
but I
you
don't know
literally
where my
have
head-
the soundboard?
I do.
So do
I
you
do
have
have
the,
the song.
you actually have the button?
I have a lot of buttons. I have this button. And I can add buttons and take away buttons, which is something we might do in the new year. So,
Very
How?
good.
all right. So I am here because I've pulled together a couple of questions, a little bit of trivia based on the last 31 episodes that we've done over the entire course of 2023, which honestly is a lot more episodes than I thought we'd get to, but that's always a good thing. So how do you guys want to do this? Do you want to do this as a team, or do you guys want to, in the spirit of
Versus.
competition?
Who by versus? Who
Competition.
versus?
Okay,
Engineers versus QSs.
in that case, who's going to keep count? I'll just that's fine.
Producer.
Did you expect
Producer
any other
Chloe?
answer then?
Producer Chloe. All right, that works for me. Sweet. So for a lot of these, I don't think you'll get quite on the correct answer, but whoever gets closest gets the point.
You can
for
work in
whatever.
construction, under promise and over deliver. That's the level. That's how you want to work.
I mean, I've been working with you guys for a long time. So
That's when you hit the soundboard.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a Christmas
Oh.
episode.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Awesome. Right. So, question number 1. Can you guess how many episodes in which HS2 is referenced, either as a talking point or in passing?
44.
We have
15.
right.
I'm including the episodes we didn't record because Carlos swore in them and always talking about HS2.
Okay. Well, the official episodes that have aired that people have listened to.
15.
15. Okay.
I'll take the under 14.
Oh, wow.
So
That guy.
tactical. I didn't think it'd end up like this. I don't want to give you the point, Jason, because of that, but you are the closest. It's actually 10.
It's
Which
still
is
a lot, still way too many.
it's 30% of all our podcasts. So
Nice.
keep that in mind. Question number 2. Which guest do you think has had the most listens?
I want to say Calvin or Georgios from Skanska. On the basis that Georgios was more recent, I'm going to go with him.
Okay.
Are you allowed to pick 2? I thought we were picking 1. Wait,
I picked 1, but I mentioned 2 as a fail-safe.
I'll go Andrew Wojdraski from CPB.
Carlos, you're getting smoked. Yeah.
I bet Jason
Sure.
sent that episode to every CPB user to encourage some listens.
I think the LinkedIn post of the clip of it had like 150,000 impressions or something, so that might have had something to do with it.
Nice. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, so question number 3. Can you guess which episode has the longest runtime?
I recall one where everyone said it was really long. I just can't remember which one it is.
Which is part of the reason I added this question, because you'd be
Is it
interested to.
Is it the one where we looked at the different software companies?
Episode 24. Is that your final answer? I'm
I
gonna
love how you
Well,
knew the episode number. That is impressive.
I know all the
Mike-
episode numbers.
It's only 32. It's not that hard. Can you count to 32? Yes.
Still impressive to know the number. I'm gonna go.
If there was a guest involved, you can mention the guest.
Oh, come on. And what would the guest's name be, Olu, if you were giving him any more hints?
I'm gonna go Georgios again. I can't be wrong twice.
Well, you're both wrong, actually. Final runtime for the longest episode was 35 minutes and 41 seconds, and that was episode 23 with Santosh.
All right.
That was a good episode, though.
Very good episode. Actually, I had it as question 8, but do you guys actually have a favorite episode?
Oh, yes, that's hard to choose. Plead the fifth.
All right, I'll let you muse on that
This one.
later then. This one.
All of them.
Because I'm showing my face, yeah. Sweet, okay. Well, yeah, that's the main questions answered. Now, we're moving on to a more audio-based round of, can you guess which episode this soundbite is from? I'm happy to give out a few clues because these might be a bit tricky. So, number 1.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, also sweating, right? Extra romantic as it's Valentine's Day, and I get to stare at a 6'7" Australian man for the next 30 minutes. So
Complete
lucky
accident.
me.
Yeah, well done. 3.
Good guess.
4.
Oh, get out of here. That's
Really?
As February, we started in Jan, so it's not. I don't think it was the 2nd, and Jason said 3. So,
Well, Jason's closer. It's actually episode number 1.
was it?
Yeah. First one you guys
Wow.
ever did. Quite
We started
interesting.
our podcast on Valentine's Day. That's nice.
How romantic. Wow. So, yeah, Jason's got 3 and Carlos is yet to get out of the gate. Next clip.
I'm good. I think we need to start kicking off this conversation about when the mandated shutdown of this conversation / podcast happens over Christmas. We start negotiating.
Yeah, I'm not up for a Christmas Day episode, that's for sure. Really,
Where's the commitment? I think we should take December and January off.
And now we're talking about it on the 14th of December.
That's
I'm gonna go
Georgia's.
20.
That's the Georgia's episode, which is, I don't know, whatever, some number.
Oh,
27.
That's more recent than 20. Yeah.
That
28.
is.
Or now.
It is not George's episode 24.
Oh,
Is that a tie? Do I get a point? We both get a point.
Good. Half point.
I'll give you a point,
Hey,
but Jason gets a point as well.
avoid the whitewash. That's it. I'm happy.
The nudie run. Do I have to do the nudie run?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then for the last one,
without that killer app, these things become that novelty that sits in that special room that visitors that come to the project get to go into and turn on, and they remember how to fire up the little demo.
The hell was I talking about that?
real tricky.
I'll work out.
I'll give you a clue that you were talking about the Apple VR headset.
14.
This is when we did like a few apps each. No, a few. It was something to do with technology
14.
that we thought would make its way. 15.
This is my ideas for what this would have been and what this has turned out to be. It's just we've just played higher or lower for 10 minutes. Is that 13 and 14 are your final answers?
No, you
Yeah.
said 15, didn't you? Or so 13?
You said 13.
Okay.
And Carlos is actually closer. It's episode
on.
11, where we had Josh Weatherly as the guest. Talking
Oh,
about
Josh.
Neon.
Oh, yeah.
Another great one. But yeah, that was my trivia for 2023 bit.
Thank you, Ollie.
Thank you
I
very
will
much,
now.
Ollie. And
Thank you
a
very
big
much.
shout
Thank
out
you.
for producing
thanks
the
for-
last 31 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next 31.
Add to the
Yeah.
next 30. Right.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm conscious of time. There is a fire alarm that's going to go off, a fire alarm test in my office in 14 minutes. So we're going to rattle through this next section. As a Christmas present to you, Jason, I've got a list of, I guess, international mega projects, which you may or may not have heard of. I wouldn't say it's a definitive list of the biggest projects. It's slightly random. But I'm going to describe you a few details, and you've got to try and guess maybe the project name, maybe where it is, and try and get some sort of detail that's related to it. Relatively quick fire. Okay.
Yeah, easy.
First up is a gimme. If you don't
It's
get this,
HS2.
it's quite HS2 does not feature on this list. HS2 used to be a mega project. Is it still? Oh, I won't say that. Yeah, this first one would be quite embarrassing if you don't get, like, really embarrassing. So it's $40 billion. It's a metro line being built in Melbourne and is currently under construction. Is it a metro? That's probably the wrong word. It's a
I'm
a
very
rail
tempted to say
project.
Melbourne Metro, but it's probably not that. It's probably Suburban Rail Loop.
Correct. Well done. Right, next up, this is a project which is going to produce chips, so computer chips. I've got some very random stats, which you can decide whether it's sort of real, not real, what it could be related to, what it is. It's going to produce 10 million of these chips every day, the ones that are in short supply at the moment.
I know nothing about production rates of chips, but it sounds like a ton of chips.
When I got given this, I had no idea what was normal and what was, like, that could be small in terms of, like, certain countries. The facilities
Potato
are
chips
known to
wise,
be.
it's a lot. It's even a lot of potato chips. So for like silicon computer chips, it sounds like an absolute massive amount. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. This is going to be quite a difficult one in the grand scheme of this list. $30 billion. It's underway at the moment. It is effectively like massive warehouses filled with kit to produce these chips. And I guess the hint will be, if you can try and guess where it might be, is I assume it's to lessen the reliance on China, which seems to be the.
I was going to guess
issue
either
with these chips
China
coming out.
or so it must be US somewhere. Is it part of that big investment with the chip fab with Intel thing?
I don't believe it is, but you're right with America. I think it's pretty
Cool,
hard
that's-
to
I'll
get
take-
more detail than that. But yeah, Texas. That was
What's
a bit
the
of a wild
project called?
card. It's called the Sherman Semiconductor Chip Manufacturing Complex. I'd never heard of it before I saw this list. 30 billion, quite substantial. They're like 4 mega factories. The next one. This is a part of a vision for a country. It comprises of various cities
so it's
on
in
both the
Neon?
coast. Correct. So yeah, we've got the line, we've got Neon Bay, Oxygen, Trojena, and Sindala. You previously sort of mentioned your skepticism on whether it will be finished. The ski resort, hotels like the Hilton are already building their hotels there. So some would say that's a rare indication that it will happen.
Do you want me to restate my skepticism?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any doubt that it will. I like to, I guess I don't have any doubt it will be built. I am in total awe and slight disbelief that it will be built completely especially within the time frame that is posited. Even just the line, like 130, 40 kilometers or whatever it is. I just can't.
170.
Whatever it is. It's just it's a lot.
And if you remember on the line, was it 3 or 4 suspended football stadiums?
Yeah.
They've now won the 2032 World Cup. So you'd assume
they want to
that's
win a
part
lot
of
of
it.
them because they got a lot of football stadiums there. Like so.
Yeah. Right. We'll go a little bit more niche now. The next project is a 2,100 kilometer long high speed train system. It's $250 billion. It was meant to open this year and it hasn't started yet. It spans 6 countries.
It's either like in the Gulf or is it one of the ones that China is building like across Belt and Road?
Sure, yeah, it's the Gulf Railway. That's pretty impressive.
I didn't know
so
what
it
it was
connects-
called, but it's the one that goes like UAE.
Yeah, so it's called the
yeah.
Gulf Railway. It's like Bahrain, Kuwait, UAE, Oman, Qatar, and Saudi. It's pretty much just flight or drive at the moment. So yeah, pretty
So
mega.
to ask a question that you may not know the answer to. Who's paying for it?
It's contribution from each country, and it looks like the contributions are based kind of on how big their section are. So think of it as they're paying for their own sections, but it's a
Pay for their own
joint
kilometers. Yeah. Gotcha.
Cool. So yeah,
So
pretty
it hasn't
massive,
started
but-
yet.
No, the original opening date was this year, and it hasn't started. So it's in the questionable bucket.
Yeah. And yeah. So that I read back to my skepticism, RE Neon dates.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll connect to Neon. There'll be a train station for that. We'll see.
Yeah.
Next up, this is another train line. It's $100 billion, 1,500 kilometers long, connecting two of the most densely populated cities in the world.
It's probably China. 100
It's
billion.
not a bad bet based on the hint, but it's not China.
It's not
I'll give
China.
you a second guess. It's in progress.
Two of the most. No, I'm going to pass. Is that pass an option? This is a made-up game. Of course we can pass. Pass.
Yeah. This is the Delhi to Mumbai Industrial Corridor project. So they've got connecting to the two cities, but they're also basically plotting some new cities on the line between the two. So it's pretty mega.
It's underway now.
It's underway at the moment. Yeah, I honestly didn't know of that either, and that's a serious amount of spend.
That is crazy, yeah.
Next up, we have an airport. Your hint is it's already doing 80 or 90 million passengers a year. They're doing a 30 billion expansion. Do I give you another hint? No.
Is it like one of the ones that are like the hub for...
The top 5 hub airports in the world, yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
30 billion
either like
expansion.
an Asia or Middle East airport.
That's
not
broad.
my guess, but I'm trying to narrow it down.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll confirm that that's
Dubai.
correct.
Dubai?
Hey! Yeah, so they're doing a serious expansion job. They want to increase the 80 million to 250 million passengers per year.
Holy smokes.
That is big.
That's a lot of airplanes.
Yeah, big time. So do you reckon they're backing the fact that like some of this Saudi won't pull off? Because part of the Saudi like vision is it's within 7 hours of like 70% of the world.
Yeah, didn't I see recently that they did a deal the deal for like Qatar Airways to fly into Neom?
Yeah.
So they're definitely competing for like that hub traffic. So yeah, there's definitely
it'd be really annoying if
bets.
everyone flying to Saudi had to go via Qatar and then get back on the plane for like 45 minutes or an hour, whatever it is. But
yeah. Especially if you're coming from the UK. Anyway,
100%. Right, last project. This is 62 billion starting contract price to build 3 canals. These canals are to divert water from the coast inland. It started in 2003. By 2014, they spent 79 billion, 18 more billion than the original price, and they're forecasting completion in 2050.
Is this in China?
This isn't China.
Yeah,
This is to divert.
Is it
water
Three
for
Gorges Dam or
agriculture.
another like something like that? No,
It's called the South North Water Transfer Project.
that's a different thing. Yeah, okay.
So
There is
they
a
wanna
section
divert-
in inland China that is like super dry. I think I'm remembering back to some documentary I've watched.
Some crazy stats.
How much is
it? It was 62 billion, but by 2014 they spent 79 billion, and at that point they had 36 years left. So it will be hundreds and
36 years
hundreds.
left.
It will finish in 2050 is current estimate. And
I've
like
seen
they
one
had to,
person with a shovel trying. You know when you go to the beach and you make like little water corridors
you
around?
put the water in,
yeah.
and then the
Just
moat
got, like,
around your castle.
One person just like shoveling with this like wall of water coming behind them.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some pretty bad press around it. They had to resettle 330,000 people to build the canal.
That's taken a dagger out of my joke, but
Yeah. The environmental damage was bad. They're then saying that like it's so big that they're worried about water evaporation because they've got like all of these shallow canals and water would evaporate quicker, and that would actually have an effect on like the global environment. So it's it's pretty mad.
it's
But
crazy.
it's happening. Right.
At some pace.
That was weirdly impressive that you guessed. I think I wasn't keeping count, but like 5
Well,
out
I
of
was,
7.
to be honest, I was just guessing the sort of general vicinity of the project.
Yeah, if it starts with if it's 100 billion or more, you just say Saudi, right? And then it's normally right. And if it's not Saudi, it's China.
Yeah.
Nice one. Right. Thank you very much, Jason. Thank you, Ollie. Last
Thank
one
you,
before
everyone, that
Christmas.
listened.
So we'll catch you all in the new year.